Hello there, I'm the Business Manager and welcome back to Captain of Industry. Now, today my friends, we are going to take care of our copper industry. It is the final resource that we need to achieve full sustainability, and so we are going to take care of it. Now, unfortunately our tree harvester has not yet cleaned out a bunch of trees. Let's speed this up, shall we? Let's go like this, remove this, this and this. We want these trees gone, and I want all of this gone as well. Yeah, that is going to net us a little bit of space. In fact, I kind of want to have this and not this, right? Because I kind of want to have my copper industry in here pointing downwards. So yeah, now let's evacuate a little bit of that wood from our coffers. Let's go like this. Let's sand as much as we can. That way the storage will be cleaned out, and we kind of need the concrete anyway, so it's not that bad for us. Now, first things first, we are going to need a mining tower pointing towards the copper node, and we are going to need an excavator plus a couple extra vehicles, one excavator and two additional pickups. And let's take a look at our vehicles. Okay, we have a good number of idling vehicles, so we don't need to build more than that. And yeah, let's get that industrial thingy going. I'm pretty certain we already have the copper refinement unlocked, which we have. And so let's just do other researches. Let's increase the vehicle cap slightly and get housing level 2 going as well. Ooh, already have vegetable farms. Pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. Let's see, let's get that. The balancers for the belts, they are pretty useful. And then we can also get the ship repair underway. Alright, so we're going to need one of these for the copper, which we are going to position somewhere around here. Let's give it 3 tile so that the vehicles can pass through, and that one is going to be for the coal, because we also need coal for the furnaces, so we better just kind of build it right now. And yeah, we already have plenty of those parts, so let me pause this conveyor so that we can accumulate a few construction parts and just have enough parts to build everything. Now, my friends, because we already unlocked additional cultures to grow, I'm about to build another farm over here. We can't build it on this side because we have the pipeline going through there. Now, these farms are kind of temporary. They are not very expensive on the components, so it's okay to build a few. In here, we are going to grow veggies. Veggies are always nice. There we go. Now, veggies don't count as calories. Let's go over here. They count as vitamins, meaning that no matter how many veggies you grow, they will never count towards the food supply over here. But yeah, my friends, we are running into a small population issue, so how about it's going to be expensive, okay? Not going to lie, this is going to be expensive, but let's get it rolling. Now that we have the concrete production, it's not going to take that long. Besides, that is also giving us an excuse to get rid of some of this wood that it's in the way. So yeah, as you can see, no more workers available. That's just terrible, but once we get at least one of these settlements going, we'll be able to activate the beacon once again and call in additional workers. Alright, finally, we got some refugees to fill up our ranks. I can unpause a bunch of stuff that was, you know, paused because of a lack of workers. That one can remain unpaused, we don't need it right now. But well, this thing is already built, which means we can now set up a proper mining thingy. Let's flatten this out. Let's go like this. There we go, and then unassign that. Like so. That's plenty of resources to gather, so I'm certain we'll be filled up for the foreseeable future. Now, over here we got the copper, over here we got the coal, and now we designate an excavator plus 2 trucks. They have been built a while ago. Here comes the excavator, and the 2 trucks are just doing truck things somewhere, right? And now that we have more space for additional population, we can keep the beacon going for a little bit. And yeah, we still don't have nearly enough space. Now, my friends, even though it would be nice to get into the copper right away, let's just give a few more moments to our tree harvester to clean out at least a few trees over here. We really need this is the bare minimum amount of space that we need, so let's just give it a little bit of time. And now let's use some of our nearly acquired resources to establish a production line similar to this one, where we produced electronical components, mechanical components, and then combine those to create vehicle parts and maintenance at the maintenance depot. This thing is actually rather simple, so we're just going to stick it in here in this little bit of space and be done with it. So we need 3 resources for that thing, so let's go over here, copy this. We don't really need to be super fancy about it. Let's just make sure that it is aligned properly. Should be. Now we copy these. We can even make it out of manual assemblers. I don't think there is a major issue with that. Let me just pause the game to make sure that everything is in the correct place. Otherwise we'll have to just move things around a little bit. And then we need... yeah, maybe we'll need to move things around a little bit. There we go, my friends. Far more compact and organized. We have the 3 inputs over here. We are going to get iron, rubber, and copper over here. Beautiful. Then we'll extend these lines into these 2 over here, right? That are going to convert the materials, and then we extend one line from here into this one. So yeah, just give me a moment so that I can belt all of this together. There we go, my friends. I don't know why I have the planning tool enabled, but I don't want to pause any of this. I want to build it right now. So, belting as per usual. It's nothing out of the ordinary, so we have the iron in the middle. It goes through the middle of all the build straight into the piston build and veers out to the side towards the mechanical parts. The rubber and the copper both go into the electronical... Oh, yeah, oh, wait, one second, that's kind of important. We need a way to store our vegetables, yeah, kind of important. But yeah, as I was saying, copper is on this side, goes below, rubber goes into +1 level, and then comes over here and drops down into the machines. Both of these get their own storages, and then they are inputted into the piston builds and the maintenance depots over here. Something simple and nothing out of the extraordinary. It works, and we don't need to expand this any further. This thing is like, once again, it's all that we need. What? Not enough maintenance. Yeah, I know, I'm taking care of that, by the way, just in case you haven't noticed it. That's what I'm actually taking care of, but thank you for letting me know, game. Thank you. Now, my friends, I decided to build 2 of each, making electronical components and mechanical parts, because these 2 are the ingredients that we are going to need to make a lab equipment, which is the equivalent to science in this game. So we can just, in the future, just redirect these lines into additional assemblers over here to the side, right? And that is going to give us the ability of making lab equipment, and then we remove the labs from here, move them over here in the line, and input the lab equipment directly into the lines. That way we don't need to deal with that using our workers, but that is going to take a little bit of time. We only going to need science for the tech that is after this line forward. Anything backwards from here doesn't require science. And there we go, so now we have automatically delivery to our maintenance depots, which means we are going to be producing maintenance automatically. And now we can come over here and demolish all of these thingies, the final bits of our temporary setup over there, and now we got rid of it because we have a permanent thingy over here. Beautiful. We can also move this thing, the vehicle depot, all the way over here, because this is where our parts are being produced, and the remaining ingredients are in storages over here, because you need like let me think, do I need the space for anything else? Piston level 2 only require, yeah, okay, I think it's safe to put it over here. Now, word of advice, you can technically input resources into this thing, but don't. It's a little bit messed up, the delivery system into this thing. I think it needs some work. So for now we can just let our vehicles deliver the stuff manually. And yeah, here we go, my friends. We are now producing pistons, putting them over here, which is just fantastic. We already got rid of that. Beautiful. And how are we on our tree destruction efforts? Kinda. We are kinda going. Let's get rid of a little bit more wood. It's not like we desperately need the concrete, but it always helps, right? It helps a lot. Now, my friends, we find ourselves in the need of ramping up our production. As we can see, we cannot deliver it fast enough. So we are going to build one additional excavator and 2 additional thingies, pickup trucks, because that's kind of the ratio that I like to have, 2 pickup trucks per excavator, so that, you know, the excavator is working most of the time. And yeah, once those 2 thingies are built, we are going to assign them over here, allowing us to extract more minerals faster. Eventually we are going to need to do the same towards the limestone and particularly the coal. That is going to reach a point where we are going to be consuming so much coal that yeah, it's just going to evaporate. Like, I find that the coal tends to be always full until it is not, and when it is not, it's completely empty. It's like ridiculous. Most materials, they vanish slowly, not coal. Coal just goes poof immediately. And there we go, 2 excavators working the iron, and because we are kind of lucky, this is a pure part of the node, right? We don't have a lot of gravel or sand in the way, or in this case rock, not sand. We are getting actually a bunch of iron going, and as we can see, we are now able to provide it faster than it can be consumed. Beautiful. We are on the green, and now we can move towards the copper, because finally we have a little bit of space. Finally. Now, copper, how does this thing work? Well, it's pretty much like the iron, just with extra steps. So, we need a blast furnace, which produces molten copper slag, precisely like the other one, right? Let's go, let's pause the game. Please. Thank you. And there we go. So, in here, we can see that we can produce 8 every 20 seconds, and in here, in the metal caster, we need 8 every 40 seconds. So, as pretty much like in the iron, we have one furnace per 2 of these thingies, right? Let's go like this. I will reorganize this better in a little bit, okay? So right now we are producing 8 impure copper every 40 seconds from 1, which means we are producing 16 every 40 seconds, and as we can see, would you look at that, 16 every 40 seconds. That's precisely what we need. So ratio-wise, this thing goes 1 furnace, 2 casters, 1 electrolyzer, and this thing requires water. So let's take a look at the underground resources, and we can see that we have a little bit of water in this area, which is just fan-freaking-tastic, because we can come over here into water extraction and use a groundwater pump to get all the water that we need. We can see we produce 8 every 10 seconds, this thing requires 4 every 40 seconds, so yeah. Not an issue whatsoever. And for copper, I would say that we could use 3 of these setups, right? 3 blasters, 6 casters, and 3 electrolyzers. So I was looking at this, see if there was anything that I could improve, and this is actually in the right spots that I wanted. So let's go. 3 of these setups, precisely the amount of space that we had. Beautiful. Now let's go over here, select a storage facility for units, and let's put it right in front of this, aligned if at all possible. Yeah, okay, let's align 3 squares, bam. Now it's just a matter of belting all of this. Now there is one final thing that we are missing, which is a storage for this slag. Let's bring it over here. For reals? Oh, no, that part is available. Let's just remove those trees out of the way before we lock them in place. Let's select them. Let's get rid of those. 3 harvester, please get rid of those first. And now it's just a matter of belting all of this. This is, you know, pretty simple as per usual. We go like 1 for each, right? This as nothing new in here. There we go. Beautiful. And over here as well. Bam, 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 bam. Right. This thing requires a smokestack. Let's go one for you. One for you. Once again, you can combine these with pipes and just have one, but the less pipes we have in here, the better. Don't you think? I think so, because we already have plenty of things going on. Now we need a conveyor for the slag. Can we reach level 1? Of course not. Why? Why would we be able to reach level 1 easily? I don't think so. That's fine. That's why the... Not this, not like this. Come on, get out of here. That's why this is actually pretty cool. Because you can just cut things pretty easily. I think we only need like one more tile, so let's go like this. And let's see, can I now bring to level 1 without any issues? Yes, I can. Beautiful. That's precisely what I wanted. So, yeah, my friends, now it's just a matter of belting all of this. In order not to give you seasickness and to save my brain, because there is only so much I can make up, you know, during this time. I'm just going to belt this off camera. So in 1, 2, 3, all of this is going to be done. And there we go, my friends, all completely built. Like these things are pretty simple. Now we haven't built the final belts because that would block access towards you know, most of the things for our workers. So let's get that going. Come on, so like that, please. Let's get that going right now. Let's go for the coal first. Coal goes like so, and then like so, and then the copper ore goes like. Come on, like so. Bam. 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 Right, and then... Come on. Move up, please. Could you please? Thank you, game. Like I said, belts are a little bit finicky sometimes, but nothing we can't handle. And there we go. So now with this... oh, wait. I'm such a dum-dum. Why did I thought this was done? Like, yeah, oh... Yeah, I do see these kinds of things sometimes. I look bad constantly, but that's totally fine. It is now fixed. We're probably going to need a few more advanced components, so let's unpause this line so that we are delivering those construction components. And yeah, now let's set up the automation for this thing. Imports and exports off, and copper ore recipe selected. V key. And then we paste that recipe towards the other furnaces, and there we go. Copper is now being produced. This thing is going to produce the molten copper for us, right? Then that molten copper is going to be ejected into the metal caster, which is going to convert it into impure copper. There we go. And then that impure copper goes towards the copper electrolyzer, where it is converted into good copper, or just regular copper. Meh, whatever. And now we are still missing this final line. Once again, I did not build it so it would not block access to this area, so that our workers could deliver the resources. And here we go, my friends. We now have copper being produced. Beautiful. So now self-sufficiency has been achieved, my friends. We'll never run out of materials ever again, or at least I hope so. Now I need to build another one of these thingies. Let's go, build it like so, bam, 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 here we go. And that should solve our power issues. Eventually we are going to get into the steam production, which is just unbelievable. It produces so much more power, it's ridiculous. But for now we have to deal with diesel generators, because that's the only thing that we have. It's going to hamper our copper production a little bit, but that's totally fine. And yeah, beautiful, my friends. Copper production online. And with it, we have slag being produced, and that slag is then sent towards our concrete area. We are still lagging a little bit on the slag production. It's fine, it's going to pick up now, given that we have two smelting thingies going at the same time. So yeah, now we just need to wait for the diesel generator to be completed. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Oh, wait, I forgot one thing. The water is being delivered by truck because I'm a dum-dum. I forgot the freaking water, my friends. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But yeah, this thing is actually pretty simple. You just go, you know, let's like build one of those right, come on, right there in the edge. Now, just because it is on the edge, that's fine. It's going to drain from the entire resource node. That's totally fine. And then we put it into a fluid storage. Right. Let's go. Let's try to align these thingies. Now, just one thing that kind of I find it a little bit annoying is the if you line the building up, the output and input, they are never properly lined up, and that's just like less than ideal to make things, you know, look symmetrical and beautiful. But that's fine. That's totally fine. Let's bring this towards level 1, like so. Oh, no, not like that, like so. And then we move from here to here and from here to here. Now I'm just going to wait a little bit. Oh, do I have the resources to deliver them? Maybe. Because you see, right now our guys don't have access to this area, right? However, they have access to here, so they can deploy the resources over here, and that is going to construct the entire line all the way over there. The second I built this, like so, that is going to cut the line right there, meaning it is impossible for the guys to come over here and deposit the resources. Now, you might be thinking that also means it is impossible to build this line, but it is not. We're just going to wait for this to be built, and then we use the Unity to deploy the resources automatically to that point without needing workers. And there we go. So now this is built, so we come over here and cut the line right there. Right there, so the trucks can deliver over there, that's fine. Over here they can't, right? So we go quick delivery, the resources are delivered there automatically without needing a worker, and so the problem is pretty much solved. There we beautiful, my friends, and with the new copper we made new electronics so that we could build more the diesel generator. Now we are still on the edge of power consumption, so we might need to build another one, but before we do that, I want to convert all of these thingies into electrical. I kinda want to use the electrical components to upgrade these thingies, because we are barely producing enough electrical components as is. We are consuming all of it via the maintenance depot or the piston production over here. So for now I'm going to pause the piston production a little bit, so that we have enough electronics to do the upgrade. That way we'll be able to produce far quicker, and that way we won't have any issues the next time we need to upgrade our power production, which is going to be right now, my friends. Let's build another one of these so that we don't run into power problems anytime soon. And yeah, we're probably going to build like between 6 and 10 of these before we go into steam generation. So, you know, the more we build, the better. We are going to need them anyway, so... beautiful, my friends. And now, instead of producing, let's see, 4 parts every 60 seconds, we are now producing 4 parts every 20 seconds. That's quite the upgrade, and that means we can unpause this, no problemo. And in fact, we are even going to build more excavators, because our copper production is being hindered by the lack of mining. So, 1 excavator, 2 trucks, to add to our copper facilities over there, and over here we are now going to upgrade this one and this one as well, and then we are going to upgrade this one as well. These are not as critical, so we can just set the upgrade and forget about it. And yeah, we already have the power production. Let's add one more so that we get a full megawatt of power production. Really? Fine, that's fine. There we go. With 1 megawatt of power, we are going to be sitting pretty comfortably for the next couple of years. That is only until we start ramping up production of other things. But let's go over here. 1 for you, 2 for you. Bam, bam. Beautiful. And everything is starting to get into that positive snowball effect, where we are producing a bunch of more resources that allow us to produce even more resources from other thingies, which then allows us to produce even more resources. Like, for example, we are completely filled up on regular components already, and well, that's probably because I have these paused like a dummy. But still, you know, eventually this is going to completely backlog, and these things are going to stop producing, which means this is going to backlog, and we are just going to have a bunch of resources, you know. No more resource problems for us. And now that we got the housing level 2 upgraded, we can come over here and upgrade these into housing level 2. But as you can see, those things are very, 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 very expensive, and so we probably are going to have to wait a little bit. Now, my friends, before we can move forward with other things, we are just waiting on research to be done. There is plenty of researches to go, so, you know, we still need to wait a little bit. So let's unpause this. I had this pause because of the worker problem, and because, well, these things consume Unity, so I had to pause them for a little bit. Now we can unpause them and move towards other things. Now, we have access to irrigated farms, the level 2 farms, and like I said, these farms are kinda temporary. I would like to move them around a little bit. My idea is to put them over here. We're not going to have any industrial area over here. This, you know, this is all the resources that we have. They don't require production to be had in this particular area, so we can just have like 4 farms over here without any issues. Of course, that there are trees in the way that, well, it's probably gonna take a little bit until we get rid of all of those trees to then follow with this patch over here. But it's totally fine. This thing is probably going to be like, let's pause the game so they don't build thingies. These probably are going to be like this side, and then we expand towards that area. And that is like more than enough houses, because once again, you can then upgrade it to have even more occupants, and then you'll get even more upgrades further down the line. So we can just get rid of all of that. And yeah, start thinking about some farming over here. Now, like I said, I kind of want this to be like a central corridor, so I should be careful not to build anything in here. Let's just take a look over into this area. Now, irrigated farms require water, but I'm pretty certain we have water resources nearby. Yes, we have, and once we get through all of that water, we should probably already have this desalination unlocked, and given that the sea is right here, we can then consume this water for our farms. So, with that in mind, let's see, I kind of want to have the outputs pointing this way, because that way we can have belts deliver the food directly towards the food markets. In fact, we have enough parts, so we kind of have. Let's build one over here and one over here, just so that I don't pull a stupid and build stuff where I don't want to build stuff. And then let's go and build 2 of these, one for veggies, one for potatoes. And anything else? Oh yeah, we also need another thing, but we'll take care of that later. Right now is all about the farms. Alright, so this is all the space that we have to work with. Now, I give it a little bit of space over here because I completely forgot, but we are going to have a similar industry on this side of the belt for the steel production, so we need a tad bit of space. And I think this is more than enough space for that. And yeah, everything else is like very simple. We just need to bring, like, for example, this one is going to be for the potatoes. Potatoes, they go through the loose belt, this one, the U-shaped conveyor, and this thing is the veggies, they go through the regular belts, so there is like no confusing it. Even this thing has different ports, so we just need to go like so. But before we do that, however, do I want to store this or not? Alright, so I decided I wanted to put a storage thingy just to make sure that we have plenty. It's better to have a reserve of that stuff than, you know, having no food stored for rainy days, shall we say. This is going to give us a far more advantageous position once we get into that stage of the game where we are not producing enough food, right? At least we'll have a little bit of a backup, and we actually have a visual thingy that allows us to see, because this thing will get filled up. I feel like this is not properly connected, is it? No, it is properly connected. Cool. That thing is just playing it dumb a little bit. But yeah, this is going to allow us to store those resources, even if we don't have the space inside of these thingies. This one is going to be for the potatoes, and this one is going to be for the veggies. Here we go. This way we can automate delivery, and eventually we can just get rid of these two farms and utilize this space for petrochemical industry that we are probably going to unlock very, very soon. Is in this thing, advanced diesel. We need those science packets. So how about, while this thing is going and being built, how about we do a little bit of science over here? Okay, so over here what we are going to do is we're going to like start with the game paused, obviously. Let's put one of these on either side, and then we'll store them over here, maybe? Yeah, let's store them over there. Now, these things, in order to make science packs, they require mechanical parts and electronical parts. We have both of these thingies over here, although it's going to be maybe a little bit tricky to get all of the things, right? In here, we are delivering... Oops. Alright, so we have mechanical parts delivered over there and electronical parts delivered over there. Now, to get the mechanical parts into the other thingy, we just go like this. Come on. Like... God damn it. Come on, game. Connect. These thingies. This thing sometimes is so complicated. Come on, I know that you... There we go, my friends. These sometimes, like I said 1,000 times, these belts can be a little bit finicky sometimes, and you just need to focus and try again until they snap the way you want them to snap. Yeah, once again, this looks very confusing, and it is, but at the same time, there is a I need more workers. There is a chaotic organization of those things. Now, our farms are now producing automatically, and as we can see, we already have the potatoes being delivered over there, which is just beautiful, which means we can come over here and say goodbye to these two farms because they are doing nothing, and we even going to recuperate a couple of workers, which is going to be great. Eventually, we are going to get a couple of extra refugees, but right now we need a few extra workers. Farm vegetables lost due to no... Yeah, whatever. Not really important. We are producing those in here, and as you can see, we have vegetables now going, so nothing lost in there. Now, the final thing that I would like to do for today's episode is this. Let's go into housing and services, a water facility for our dudes, because, you know, they kind of deserve having some running water. I mean, these engineers have been in here for 47 years, and they don't have running water inside of their houses. Okay, can you imagine how dreadful that must be? So yeah, let's just give them what they need, and because we are going to need to have a bunch of belts, in this case pipes, go back and forward, we want to have this, a small vehicle ramp right in here. Bam, so that our excavators can move through, because even if we put the pipe at level 3, excavators cannot go underneath them. Now for water, let's go into our water industry, groundwater, bam, look at that. Now let me check something. The sewage pipe is at level 3, so this one should be at level 2. Let's go like so, and let's first put it into level 2, right? There we go, beautiful. Now let's align this with the concrete bridge that we have built. Beautiful, let's bring it. And bring it all the way over here. Then we drop it down to go underneath. And beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, sewage water. Sewage water, pretty much... Okay, pretty much the same. Let's go like so. Underneath, over there. Goes to level 3, right? No, stop snapping. Level 3, here we go. Let's try to align the pillars, because this is something that actually annoys me a little bit. Come on, game. Please stop being like so. Oh my god, game, you are doing this on purpose. Forget about this. Forget it. Stop. 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 You know what we are going to do, my friends? It's quite simple. We are going to get rid of this. In fact, we are going to use the Unity to just get rid of that junk. And... you know, come on. Get rid of this junk. Get rid of it. There we go. Know what we are going to do, my friends? Very simple. This thing doesn't want to align the pillars, right? In fact, this thing doesn't want to do anything that I wanted. Oh my lord, please, game. There we go. Now the pillars are aligned. Or at least kind of aligned. And bam, Jesus. And by the way, aligning the pillars is not only for aesthetical purposes. And the pillars have collision, so if you don't have your pillars like super well aligned, you eventually are going to just block a bunch of pathing for your dudes. So that's less than ideal. Bam, there we go. That's exhaust, right? Yes, it is. Beautiful. So now we have our sewage pipe directly linked over there. There is only this transition that looks a little bit funky, but everything else is aligned, the pillars are aligned, and so we are not getting on any of those ugly like pillars that are stacked and just being ugly all the time. Beautiful, my friends. The pipe is built, and now as we can see, we are venting some of the wastewater. It accumulated some wastewater while the pipe was being built, so it's going to take just a few seconds. But yeah, we are now providing water and sewage to our not, I was going to call them duplicants, no, to our engineers, which means that now we can upgrade to housing level 1. Now, I think it is a good idea to provide water before you move to house level 1, because I think they kind of require water and electricity to be happy, or something along those lines. So yeah, let's just provide them with the thingies that we need. Oh, you are done, so please take care of this freaking tree that is in my way and being annoying, and then this, and then all of this, please. Thank you, tree harvester. Have a good life. And yeah, my friends, we are now a little bit... oh, wow. Yeah, you see, you get a Unity bonus for water and electricity. So we have increased demand over here. So yeah, you're required to give them electricity and water. Right now we only have the water, I'm pretty certain, no electricity just yet, but that is coming in the near future. In fact, how about we go over here and see if we can find the research? Oh, it requires science? Yeah, it requires science level 2. We are going to set up the research labs and all of that in the next episode. But yeah, my friends, right now I'm going to pause refugees because we are coming close to the limit and we already have plenty of workers available. But in any case, my friends, I think we are going to cut it here. We have achieved self-sufficiency, which is just fan-freaking-tastic with the copper production over here. We have a bunch of copper. We have a bunch of concrete. Come on. Yeah, look at that. Look at... oh, interesting. We are actually consuming a bunch of the... we are not consuming a bunch of those. We are not producing enough coal. That's what it is. I told you that coal disappears like poof. Ah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Let's build a couple of extra workers to deliver them to the coal mine. And yeah, it's like I told you guys. You see what I... my bad. My bad. Yeah. In any case, an additional worker is probably not going to hurt us. Now, my friends, this episode is probably running a little bit longer, so we are going to cut it here. As I was going to say, we have achieved our self-sufficiency, we are producing a bunch of resources, and so we are ready to ramp up production into industrial levels. Next episode, we are going to take care of our research. We are going to move our research facilities from here, and we are going to upgrade them to level 2, so that we can start utilizing the lab equipment thingy to get into further research levels. In fact, I haven't yet stored this thing in there, so let's just go like this, drop down and connect. Bam, beautiful. And then we can connect like so. And store all of those lab equipments because we are going to need. So like I said, we are going to put them over here in the line and then connect a belt towards them and not having to worry about that anymore. But I think I ranted long enough, my friends, and with all of this said, I hope that you have enjoyed this episode and that you are enjoying the series so far. If you are, please consider subscribing and help the channel grow. But in the meantime, this is the Base Manager signing out. Bye bye.